Welcome to part one of Cultural Curiosities, Gestures, Do's and Don'ts of International Etiquette. Let's start by just going from head to toe. Did you know that in some cultures, patting the head of a child with your left hand is rude? When you're speaking to a child from another culture, it may be that because you are the elder, the kid won't look you in the eye. And so some teachers have offended or just didn't know that this was the way of those people. And they would say, "Look me in the eye when I'm speaking to you. How do I know that you're not listening? Look at me." And in fact, the kid was paying attention, and it's because of deference that they were not looking at the person. Why is it that many restaurant people, I've noticed this in Outback, they will squat down so that you're looking at them, and they'll be writing on the table rather than being up here. That sort of posturing is also positive within certain language schools. The position of the body is important. So going from the head, we went to the eyes. There are some cultures that when they talk to you while driving, they insist on looking at you while they're talking. And then while they're listening, they continue to drive. This is a carryover from what they perceive as polite. When there's a conversation, they will talk to you, and they will not talk to you while they're reading. You know, there's something interesting in here. What they want you to do is, this is interesting. Did you know that there are 5 new types of iPhones? Right? And then perhaps showing it. In some cultures, we sit down and we read here without looking up. Looking down to, for example, how we use our hands. In some cultures, pointing one finger is not polite. We want you to join the army, and it's your responsibility. Right? Some people from another culture would be offended by this. And so, please go this way. Many hotels are taught to use the full hand gesture. I asked a Somali taxi driver, how do you say "come here"? And then I said, "Come here." And he said, "Well, that is rude in my country. You have to use 2 fingers." I was in Kenya, and I noticed a child was on one side of the street, and the mother was on the other. And she said, "Come here, come here." She used the down, whereas most of us will go like this. How do you stop a taxi? Some of us would just raise our hands, right? In other cultures, it's like this. Slow down. Slow down. I want you to stop for me. Moving down the body, let's think about how people use chopsticks. When you have chopsticks, there's a narrow end and a fatter end. The narrow end goes in your mouth, and when you're picking up additional food, you switch it around and you have your public end, the wider end, to move the food. You switch back, and now you're eating with the private end. We'll end with the feet in this short introduction to international etiquette. When crossing your legs, some people have a very open posture, and the ankle touches the knee. This is not considered polite in some cultures because it exposes the sole of the foot. I look forward to sharing with you other gestures, do's and don'ts, and cultural curiosities of international etiquette. Thank you.